Most people will never earn a single dollar from dividends. Not because they can't, because they don't know which habits actually build dividend income. Today, I'm giving you the 10 habits that separate people earning $10,000 a month from dividends from everyone else still trading their time for money. These aren't complex strategies. They're behavioral changes you can start this week. Let's get into it. Habit 1. Invest before you spend. This sounds simple until you understand how most people operate. They earn money, they spend on living expenses, on wants, on everything they see. Whatever's left, if anything, goes to savings. For most people, nothing is left. This inverted approach means they'll never accumulate capital to invest. The dividend builders reverse the process. The paycheck arrives. The first thing that happens is a percentage flows directly to investment accounts. Only after that transfer completes does anything else get spent. Most dividend builders automate this. Their employer deposits their check. 25% goes automatically to a brokerage account before they ever see it. 75% goes to checking. They build their lifestyle around what remains. This single habit separates accumulators from everyone else. When you pay yourself first, you force constraint. You learn to live on 75% because you have no choice. The choice has been removed. That 25% compounds for 20 or 30 years. The person who does this from age 30 to 60 can accumulate over $1 million in dividend-producing assets without any special skill or luck. It's purely mechanical. The investment amount matters far less than the consistency. Someone who invests $500 monthly is going to end up wealthier than someone who invests occasionally when they remember. Automation ensures consistency happens even when discipline lapses, even when market volatility makes you nervous, even when unexpected expenses create temptation to skip a month. The automatic transfer happens regardless. Habit 2. Choose dividend stocks over growth stocks. Most people new to investing want stocks that double or triple. They chase companies that are scaling rapidly. They hope for the next Apple or Tesla. They watch business news coverage of exciting startups. This makes intuitive sense but works against dividend income. Fast-growing companies rarely pay dividends. They reinvest all earnings into expansion. Their stock price might grow, but you receive no cash. Dividend builders focus entirely on different companies. Mature, stable businesses that generate consistent cash and return portions of that cash to shareholders. Johnson & Johnson has raised its dividend for 63 consecutive years. Coca-Cola has raised its dividend for 64 consecutive years. Procter & Gamble generates enormous reliable revenue and sends shareholders quarterly checks. These aren't glamorous companies. You won't hear them discussed on financial news programs. They're not going to make you wealthy through stock price appreciation. They're going to make you wealthy through cash flowing into your account month after month. The power is compound. In year 1, your dividend income is small. In year 5, it's meaningful. In year 10, it's substantial. By year 20, it might cover your rent. By year 30, it covers everything. The real secret that nobody talks about is that dividend stocks compound faster than most people expect. Because you're reinvesting the dividends. Every payment you receive gets invested automatically, purchasing more shares, generating more future dividends. The growth is actually exponential, not linear. The stock price doesn't need to move for your wealth to multiply. Habit 3. Understand yield before you buy any security. Stock yield is the annual dividend per share divided by the stock price. If a stock pays $3 annually per share and costs $100, the yield is 3%. This matters enormously because yield is what you're actually buying. You're not buying potential. You're not buying a story. You're buying a cash payment. Most dividend beginners make a critical mistake. They see a stock price fall and buy it thinking it's a deal. What they don't realize is that yield changed. A stock that paid $3 per share at $100 costs 3%. That same stock at $70 yields 4.3%. The falling price actually improves the deal. This is the opposite of how most people think about investments. When stocks drop, people panic and sell. Dividend builders buy more because the yield improved. The higher yield means more cash per dollar invested. Over decades, this habit compounds into extraordinary wealth because you're buying assets at better and better prices relative to their cash generation. Many dividend stocks are boring. They don't trend on social media. Nobody gets excited about Johnson & Johnson at social gatherings. But boring is precisely what makes them perfect for dividend income. They generate reliable cash. Their yields are attractive. They're not going bankrupt. The math compounds over time. Habit 4. Reinvest your dividends automatically. When your dividend payment arrives, the worst thing you can do is spend it. The second worst thing is let it sit in cash. Dividend builders set everything to automatic reinvestment. The payment arrives and immediately purchases additional shares. This compounds the wealth building. You're no longer just earning dividends on your original investment. You're earning dividends on the dividends. Over 30 years, this habit creates exponential growth that most people underestimate. Someone who invests $50,000 and reinvests dividends for 30 years could end up with more than $1.5 million. That same $50,000 without reinvestment might reach $500,000. The difference is reinvestment. The mathematics are stark. Compounding is powerful enough that Albert Einstein is often credited with calling it the eighth wonder of the world. Whether he actually said it or not, the mathematics are right. Automatic reinvestment means you never have to think about it. The moment temptation hits to spend a dividend payment, the payment's already reinvested. You've removed your own emotional decision-making from the equation. This is why automation works. It makes the right choice the default choice. Habit 5. Focus on consistency over perfection. People new to dividend investing often paralyze themselves trying to find the perfect stocks. They research endlessly. They compare yields obsessively. They want to optimize every decision. They read financial forums. They watch hours of YouTube videos about stock selection. Meanwhile, months pass and they've purchased nothing. They're still waiting for absolute certainty. Perfect is the enemy of good when it comes to dividend investing. A decent stock purchased immediately could beat the perfect stock purchased 6 months later after all your research. The dividend investor who buys a broad index fund of dividend payers and holds for 30 years will likely beat the person who spends years trying to pick individual stocks perfectly. Most professional stock pickers don't beat index funds. Consistency wins. The person who invests $500 monthly in a dividend index fund will accumulate significant wealth. The person who researches for 2 years then invests $10,000 will probably end up behind because they missed 2 years of compounding. The specific stocks matter far less than the habit of purchasing and holding. Time in the market beats timing the market. Most people find this liberating once they accept it. You don't need to be a financial genius. You don't need to understand everything. You just need to buy good dividend payers and hold long enough. Habit 6. Increase your investment amount whenever income rises. This is where most people fail at wealth building. Their salary increases by $5,000. Their spending increases by $5,000. Nothing flows to investments. The increase vanishes into lifestyle inflation before they even realize it happened. Dividend builders do something different. When income rises, they increase investments first. The salary goes up $5,000. Automatically, an extra $1,000 flows to investments. Lifestyle increases by $4,000. Over a career where income might double or triple. This habit creates extraordinary wealth because you're capturing the growth. You're not spending all of it. This requires intentional choice because social pressure pushes the other direction. Colleagues upgrade their cars. Friends buy nicer homes. The instinct is to match. Family members comment that you've earned the right to upgrade. Dividend builders consciously resist this. They upgrade their lifestyle slowly, if at all. When they do upgrade, it's intentional and specific, not automatic response to earning more. The behavioral change is simple but requires discipline. Every raise you commit a percentage to investments before you commit any to lifestyle. Over time, this compounds into the difference between comfortable retirement and financial stress. This single habit might be the most powerful of all because it harnesses natural income growth without requiring any reduction in current spending. Habit 7. Avoid lifestyle inflation like it's your job. The biggest threat to dividend wealth isn't market crashes or bad luck. It's spending increases that consume all raises and bonuses. Someone earning $80,000 who invests $10,000 annually builds wealth. That same person earning $120,000 has the opportunity to invest $30,000 annually if they avoid lifestyle inflation. But most people earning 120,000 spend 120,000. They upgraded housing. They upgraded vehicles. Every increase evaporated into consumption. They wake up at 55, having built nothing despite earning well for 2 decades. Dividend builders maintain the lifestyle they could afford when they earned less. The house they bought at 80,000 they keep at 120,000. The cars they drove they keep driving. The restaurants they avoided they still avoid. This sounds depressing until you realize what it creates. It creates freedom. By their mid-50s, they're earning 120,000, but only spending 60,000. The difference flows entirely to investments. That 60,000 in annual investments over 15 years builds enormous wealth. The lifestyle they maintained didn't actually make them less happy. Research suggests that lifestyle upgrades provide happiness, boosts that tend to fade over time. They adapted to the new normal and felt equally happy again. So they could have upgraded and adapted for a short period of happiness, followed by permanent financial constraint. Or they could have avoided the upgrade and maintained their happiness baseline while building wealth. The math strongly favors the second option, but almost nobody chooses it. Habit 8. Understand the psychological difference between owning income and chasing price. When a stock appreciates 30% in value, many investors feel satisfied. They think they made money, but they haven't actually made anything. They own a stock worth 30% more. They can either sell and capture the gain or hold and potentially lose it. Dividend investors focus on owning companies that send them checks regularly. This changes the psychology entirely. A company paying 4% yield provides income whether the stock price goes up or down. You're not hoping for appreciation. You're receiving reliable cash. This removes the emotional roller coaster of watching stock prices fluctuate. The price goes down, the dividend continues. You can even buy more shares at lower prices because the yield improved. The price goes up, the dividend continues, and you collect it on more shares. This psychological shift is underrated in importance. Most investors become emotional and make terrible decisions during volatility. Dividend investors stay calm because they're focused on the income, not the price movements. The income is real. You're holding a check in your hand every quarter. This grounds you in reality rather than speculation. Habit 9. Educate yourself enough to avoid catastrophic mistakes. You don't need to become an expert investor. You don't need to understand derivatives or complex trading strategies. But you do need to understand basic concepts. You need to know what a dividend is and how it works. You need to understand yield. You need to know the difference between a stock and a bond. You need to understand that diversification is important and that concentrating all investments in a single company is dangerous. You need to understand that dividend stocks are generally less volatile than growth stocks, but less likely to double in price. This basic knowledge level prevents most catastrophic mistakes. Someone without this knowledge might invest everything in a penny stock yielding 20%, not understanding that high yield often signals high risk. With basic knowledge, you understand that real stable dividend yields typically run 3 to 5%, not 20%. When something seems too good to be true, it usually is. This education level is achievable in maybe 20 hours of reading or watching videos. It's not time-consuming. It's just non-optional. The cost of not educating yourself can be enormous. Someone who invests $50,000 without understanding what they're buying might lose significant portions to fraud or poor decisions. Someone with basic knowledge might still make mistakes but will avoid the catastrophic ones. Habit 10. Measure progress by dividend income, not stock price. This is the mental shift that keeps dividend builders motivated. They don't obsess over daily stock price movements, they obsess over dividend payments. How many shares of dividend-paying stocks do I own? What is the annual dividend I'm collecting? Is the dividend increasing month to month as I purchase more shares and collect more dividends? These are the metrics they track. When the stock price drops, they don't panic because they're not measuring success by price. The dividend arrives regardless. When the stock price rises, they don't sell because they're not optimizing for price appreciation. They're optimizing for income. This simple reframing removes massive amounts of emotional decision-making. You're not trying to time the market. You're not trying to pick winners. You're building a machine that generates income. That machine gets bigger every month as your investments compound. Tracking dividend income grounds you in something real and measurable. You're not chasing abstract concepts. You're growing actual cash flow. Here's the path forward. Most people watching this earn enough to build dividend wealth. They make decent income. They have enough to live on and enough to invest. The difference between them and people collecting thousands of dollars monthly from dividends is simply decisions made repeatedly over decades. Start this week. Open an investment account if you don't have one. Choose a dividend-focused index fund or start researching stable dividend stocks. Invest something. $500, $1,000, whatever you can. Set it to automatic reinvestment. Set up automatic investments from your paycheck going forward. This month, commit a percentage of your income to investments before spending on anything else. This quarter, increase that percentage once. This year, commit that you will not increase your lifestyle to match any income increase. These habits seem small individually, but they compound. Someone who implements all 10 of these habits starting at age 30 could have 1.5 million to 2 million in dividend-paying assets by age 60. That portfolio could generate 100,000 to 130,000 in annual dividend income. They could retire and live entirely off dividends. This isn't theoretical. Thousands of people are building this reality right now. The systems work, the habits work, the mathematics are reliable. The only variable is whether you'll actually do it. Most people won't. Most people will watch this and implement nothing. They'll get caught back in the cycle of earning and spending, building nothing. The people who will become the dividend millionaires are the ones who take action this week. Not next month, not next year, this week. The habits are simple enough that anyone can implement them. But simple isn't the same as easy. Implementing them requires saying no to social pressure. It requires accepting that your lifestyle upgrade will come slower than your colleagues. It requires discipline and intentionality. But the reward is complete financial freedom. The reward is knowing that your income is optional. The reward is retiring when you choose, not when you're forced to. Now that you know the habits, the next step is knowing exactly where to put your money. Watch this next.